Sweden, a land of majestic fjords, snowy landscapes, and innovative minds. But beyond its natural beauty and modern reputation as a hub of technology and design lies a rich history filled with daring Viking warriors, ambitious kings, and a cultural heritage that continues to shape the world today. From the Viking Age to the heights of the Swedish Empire, and from the myths of the gods to the simplicity of Swedish design, Sweden's story is one of resilience, creativity, and evolution. Whether you're a history enthusiast, a lover of culture, or simply curious, come with us on a journey to uncover the story of Sweden, its history, culture, and its ever-evolving legacy. Our story begins in the Viking Age, an era that spanned from roughly 700 to 1100 AD. The Vikings were much more than just raiders. They were explorers, traders, and settlers whose influence stretched far beyond Scandinavia. While Norway and Denmark are often associated with Viking conquests in the British Isles and France, Sweden's Vikings took a different route, heading eastward into Russia and the Byzantine Empire. The Swedish Vikings, known as the Varangians, established trade routes along the rivers of Eastern Europe and are credited with helping to found Kievan Rus, a precursor to modern Russia and Ukraine. They also served as mercenaries in the Byzantine Empire, where the famed Varangian Guard protected the emperor in Constantinople. But the Vikings weren't just adventurers. They left behind a wealth of mythology, with gods like Odin, Thor, and Freya playing central roles in their worldview. These gods embodied the Vikings' values of strength, wisdom, and courage, traits that still echo in Sweden's national identity today. And let's not forget, Thor's hammer wasn't just for smashing enemies. It was also a popular jewelry design, proving that even Viking warriors had a sense of style. As the Viking Age came to an end, the Middle Ages saw Sweden undergo dramatic transformations. One of the most significant changes was the introduction of Christianity. By the 12th century, Sweden had largely converted to Christianity, which reshaped its political landscape and led to the formation of the Swedish state. Christianity brought with it new customs, laws, and the building of grand cathedrals, such as Uppsala Cathedral, the largest church in Scandinavia. The influence of the church was undeniable, but this era wasn't without hardship. The Black Death swept through Sweden in the mid-14th century, killing nearly a third of the population and plunging the nation into a period of economic and social crisis. Yet even during these dark times, Sweden's kings began to consolidate their power. The foundations of what would become a unified Swedish kingdom were laid during the Middle Ages, paving the way for Sweden's future dominance. Fast forward to the 17th century, and Sweden's ambitions were growing. Under the leadership of King Gustavus Adolphus, Sweden transformed from a small kingdom into a European superpower. This period is known as the Swedish Empire, a time when Sweden controlled vast territories across northern Europe. Sweden's military prowess was most evident during the 30 Years' War, 1618 to 1648, where Gustavus Adolphus became a legend for his innovative tactics and military reforms. Known as the Lion of the North, he led Sweden to significant victories and secured its position as a major Protestant power in Europe. And while his military genius is remembered, his premature death in battle reminds us that even lions have their limits. Sweden's imperial ambitions continued under the leadership of subsequent kings, but it all came crashing down after the Great Northern War, 1700 to 1721, when Sweden lost much of its territory to Russia, effectively ending its empire. By the 19th century, Sweden had transitioned from an empire to a peaceful nation focused on modernization. The Industrial Revolution brought prosperity, transforming Sweden into an economic powerhouse known for steel production, textiles, and later, high-tech innovations. The 20th century saw Sweden adopt its famous policy of neutrality during both World War I and II, allowing it to avoid much of the destruction that ravaged Europe. This neutrality policy, combined with democratization and the establishment of a welfare state, laid the foundation for the modern, peaceful, and progressive Sweden we know today. So while much of Europe was busy picking sides, Sweden was sitting back, saying, "We'll just watch from over here. Thank you." Sweden's rich history has left an indelible mark on its culture, particularly its folk traditions. Folk music plays a significant role, with instruments like the nyckelharpa, a sort of keyed fiddle, creating hauntingly beautiful tunes that have been passed down through generations. Traditional Swedish dance is equally captivating, with lively performances often taking place during celebrations like Midsummer. And let's not forget about Sweden's handicrafts. Dala horses, those brightly painted wooden figurines, have become an international symbol of Swedish folk art. Sweden's love for clean lines and functionality is world-renowned, thanks to its design and architecture. Swedish minimalism became synonymous with simple, elegant, and practical design, from furniture to urban planning. Swedish architects and designers have a knack for creating timeless pieces, with companies like IKEA bringing affordable, stylish designs to homes worldwide. This minimalist aesthetic extends to the country's modern architecture, which balances innovation with nature. Sweden's cities like Stockholm and Gothenburg are known for their sleek, functional urban layouts. No exploration of Swedish culture would be complete without talking about food. Swedish cuisine is centered around fresh, local ingredients and a balance between sweet and savory. Traditional dishes like meatballs, yes, those famous IKEA meatballs, served with lingonberry sauce and creamy potatoes are beloved staples. But Sweden's food culture doesn't stop at meatballs. There's gravlax, a delicious cured salmon dish, and smorgasbord, an impressive buffet featuring a variety of hot and cold dishes. And of course, there's fika, the beloved Swedish coffee break, accompanied by pastries like cinnamon buns or princess cake. In Sweden, fika isn't just a snack, it's a way of life. So if you find yourself visiting, don't be surprised if someone says, "Shall we fika?" It's practically a national pastime. Swedes love a good celebration, and Midsummer is perhaps the most iconic of them all. Held during the summer solstice, this festival is a joyous occasion where Swedes dance around a maypole, sing folk songs, and feast on herring and potatoes, all while wearing flower crowns. Then there's St. Lucia's Day in December, a winter festival celebrating the light bringer, Lucia, with candlelit processions, saffron buns, and hymns that lift the spirits during the darkest days of the year. Walpurgis Night, celebrated on April 30th, is a fiery affair, literally. Massive bonfires are lit to chase away evil spirits and celebrate the arrival of spring. While modern Sweden is rooted in democracy and innovation, the myths and legends of Viking gods still linger in the culture. Odin, the all-knowing Allfather, Thor, the god of thunder, and Freya, the goddess of love and fertility, were revered by the Vikings and have left a lasting legacy in Swedish lore. These gods and their stories of heroism, sacrifice, and adventure form the backbone of Sweden's rich mythological tradition, with tales of Valhalla and the World Tree, Yggdrasil still captivating imaginations today. Despite its long history, Sweden is also a nation of innovation. Did you know that the modern zipper was invented by a Swede, Gideon Sundbeck, or that Sweden gave the world Skype and Spotify? From revolutionizing how we get dressed to how we connect and listen to music, Sweden has been quietly reshaping the world, one invention at a time. Finally, we must touch on Sweden's social democracy, the so-called Swedish model. Known for its strong welfare state, Sweden has pioneered policies that promote equality, healthcare, education, and social security for all. The idea that every citizen deserves access to basic services has made Sweden a model for progressive policies around the world. And though the system has evolved over the years, it remains a defining feature of Swedish life. Essentially, Sweden's message is, "We've got you covered, from cradle to grave." From Viking warriors to modern-day tech giants, Sweden's history is a testament to resilience, innovation, and an enduring connection to both its past and its future. Whether through mythology, music, or social democracy, Sweden continues to leave an indelible mark on the world. Thanks for joining us on this journey through Sweden's rich history and culture. If you enjoyed the exploration, feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more captivating stories from around the world, only on InspirEclipses.